love that because from that experience, I feel like I end up laughing at myself a lot, which I think is good. Like, I feel like don't take yourself too seriously. Like, just do it. Even if it doesn't work out, be able to laugh at yourself. And also, like, it made me really, even thinking about this, and I'm thinking, I was so fearless back then.
Hi and welcome back to The Tea with Nicky. We're pro tea, not anti-coffee. And what I do on The Tea with Nicky is interview incredible women who are industry leaders, whether it is from the corporate space to sports fields or entrepreneurship. Today, I sit down with our beautiful Future Females Kenyan ambassador, Marsha Aida. Marsha Aida has had an incredible journey and has done a fellowship with Google. Marsha has worked on different entrepreneurial levels, from corporate impact and government impact. She has also spearheaded the National Creative Economy Development Strategy. She is passionate about helping creatives find the right policies in this technological space and will be launching her own business. She's done a soft launch and now she's planning on doing a global launch where creatives from all over the world, from content creators, YouTube creators, and musicians and everyone in between, where they can seek legal advice on how to enter legal partnerships. Future Females has also partnered with the UK Tech Hub and will be launching a business school in Kenya. So if you are in Kenya or know anyone who wants to join a business incubator accelerator program, please reach out to Marsha. She is passionate about female entrepreneurship and helping women start their dreams. We speak about Marsha's love for Nancy Drew and how that pushed her and encouraged her to find herself in policy and governance in the corporate and entrepreneurial space. And we also speak about why she started 50 First Coffees, which is not that much different from The Tea with Nicky. I hope that you enjoy and feel her passion shine through. So I know that you have quite a rich background in policy and governance. What drew you to this career choice?
Honestly, I stumbled upon it, like for real. Let me give you a bit of a background. When I finished uni, I had studied law for my undergrad. So immediately I finished university, I went to intern at a law firm. I mean, like that's practice, that's standard practice, yeah. Right? I was interning at a law firm, and this was before I went to Kenya School of Law. That's where we call the law governing body here, where you sit for the bar exam, then you're admitted for the bar. So that was before I did the bar exam. I went to intern at a law firm, and I really loved the people there because I made friends like with the partners and everybody. But I didn't like litigation, like the process of just going to court. I didn't like that, yeah? So I started looking at other ways in which I felt like I would appreciate law better. And that led me to arbitration and mediation, conciliation, then policy work. That's what got me interested in this. So even by the time I was going to do the bar, I was already thinking that I think I want to do policy work. I wasn't sure which field. Then later on is when I thought like, oh my goodness, like it's policy work. I can think about the field later on. And I was really like happy that I settled in on that, especially with my chance to work with Google, which made me really feel like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah, speaking about Google, what was it like to work for Google? What was it exactly that you did when working for them?
Yeah, so they have this thing called the EMEA Fellowship Program. And what they essentially do is they get a number of graduates who have a legal background and are interested in doing policy work for like technology, in the technology space and social media, digital space, like all that. So what I did is I applied for it, and I remember it was a rigorous application. I think it took about 2 months or something, and they're just phone calls the whole time. But yeah, so when I got it, I was so happy. Like the law firm wasn't my only option. I think that was what I was so happy about first. And and then next, I was so excited because at just the prospect of even meeting the other fellows in the program, because we had people from Israel, we had people from South Africa, we had people from Malawi, we had someone from Dublin and Ireland. We had a number of people. So it was so amazing for me, like to just bond with all these people. Yeah. This is coming from somebody who's never really left. I had never left Kenya. I think I just been to the border of Tanzania, but I'd never left. So this was really exciting for me. So what I was doing for them is we were a team that were coming up with new policies governing the use of social media in the region. My region was Africa. I remember we attended a number of conferences. And I remember when this was the first time I actually traveled, I went to the International Generation. Like, it was amazing. Like, working with the UN, it was really fantastic. And what we were doing is we were just behind the people creating the GDPR policies. You know, when you go to the website and then you have to showcase your privacy policy, it's now like a must to do that. So we were doing that. We were behind, I remember I was in the team that we were actually coming up with the YouTube flagging policy, like when you can actually flag in which dimensions you can actually flag videos for maybe explicit content or just propaganda, fake news, things like that. So it was really exciting. Yeah, that was a very good thing. I did that for 18 months and then it ended and I was very sad. I think I cried when that ended. But it was a very beautiful experience.
That sounds amazing. And what are you doing currently now?
Right now, I am building a business. So weird saying that. But yeah, so right now I'm doing something called FFC Legal and PR. What I am doing is I am creating innovative legal solutions for freelancers and creatives. Why I saw the need for this is that I feel like a number of freelancers or small business owners or even creatives, let's say the influencers and the YouTube creators and even photographers, even musicians, when you drop in talent, a number of them, when they're just starting out, don't have access or cannot afford proper legal representation, and they end up paying for it dearly. Yeah. So what I'm essentially doing is creating innovative solutions that are catered to these individuals so that they can access affordable, more accessible, and more curated options to sort of safeguard them from incurring problems later on.
Is this only for Kenya, or can I reach out to you and you can start helping me already as well?
Yes, of course. Like, of course, right now I'm just doing it in Kenya, but I want it to be like digital. I don't want to say it's a law firm because I'm not going to do any litigation. What I'm doing is preparing you so that you do not have to do litigation along the way. Okay. You know, like it's kind of preventative. So you can come through. I'm looking to sign up a number of consultants on the board, and I want them to be from across the globe. Like, I want you to be able to book a consultation with even maybe a litigator or an advocate or somebody in the PR legal situation who's in South Africa, somebody who's in Kenya, somebody who's in the States. Because right now, anything we're doing digitally, we cannot restrain like something to a particular region. Because even when you're doing the tea with Nicky, I'm sure you have listeners in Sweden, listeners in Ireland, listeners in, Australia. Yeah. So when you are actually governing, doing something like that, and you want to make the most out of it, it's good to get a global perspective and get like solutions that are catered to your product as an individual or as a creator.
I love that. So any creators, digital creators, content creators, YouTubers, influencers, everyone all alike, we know where to go now. We come to you.
Yes, I can't wait. Like, I'm just about to launch it, though I've been in operation for around like kind of 4 months now. Okay. But it's like soft, like I just did a soft launch, so I'm kind of very excited for the website to go up and everything, and I could also showcase some of the clients I've been working on with in the meantime. So it's pretty exciting.
Amazing. So I know that you're also our Future Females Kenyan ambassador. How did you find out about Future Females, and why did you opt to become an ambassador?
Oh my goodness. I found out Future Females when I was actually applying for a job at Meltwater. And I remember I attended the interviews. I reached the final lot, and they actually took us out for dinner, like the final candidates. I think we were 4 of us. And at this dinner, I started bonding with this lady, and she was amazing. And she's just telling me about all these things she's doing and all these places she's gone to, in terms of travel and things like that. And we bonded so much. And this lady happened to be Philippa. So Philippa Dodds is actually a director and a shareholder at Future Females, right? So when I was bonding with her, like, this is a lady that I hadn't even seen as in the interview process. Like, she just appeared at the dinner, and she sat across from me. She wasn't even seated next to me. She sat across from me. But we were having like the best conversations ever, like just shouting across the table in between like the
Sounds
meals.
like full.
Yeah, like it was amazing. And she was just telling me about this, about Future Females and the trajectory they've been making, and how it was just founded in 2017. And it was amazing for me. Like, I was really drawn to her energy and how confident she spoke about her achievements and how ambitious she was as a person. And I was like, wow, I would love to have this here, you know? And I remember after that meeting, we were just talking, and after that meeting, I looked her up on LinkedIn. And I connected with her. And later on, I just got a message and about Future Females, and I was like, can I do this? I want to do this in Nairobi. And it moved so fast. Before I knew it, I was on phone with Lauren. Lauren is one of the co-founders. And I was on the phone with Sasha. I love Sasha. So we were just talking and planning the launch. I feel like Future Females has always been a part of me, and yet we're just on our first year anniversary. So that says a lot. Like, this is something I feel like was just meant to be. Yeah, so that was my introduction, and I ended up launching it in Nairobi last year, August. We had a beautiful launch, and I feel we're growing a beautiful community in Nairobi and in Kenya in general. And right now we're so excited because the Future Females Business School has partnered with the UK Kenya Tech Hub, and we're bringing the Business School Accelerator to Kenya starting this
Amazing.
October.
That's so exciting.
So, like, you know, I'm so excited, and like, just to see, you know, what entrepreneurs in Kenya are up to, like what are these big business ideas they're building, and actually help them do it. So it's been a very amazing time.
So you and I, when we first started our conversation, now we're talking about how you have a podcast series and I have this interview series. What inspired you to start 50 First Coffees?
I had been thinking of doing something of the sort for around like 6 months like this, just because I discovered podcasts and I was listening to a lot of them.
Yeah.
You know, like I was listening to podcasts on travel, like when I was traveling, I was listening to them in my spare time. So I started like feeling like, oh my God, this is such a good way to speak with people. And generally, I have always loved speaking to people, just connecting with people and learning about their stories, and just like finding out what keeps them going, and just listening to their funny stories. I feel like when you speak to people without even them knowing, they sort of inspire you and you inspire them in turn. Like, it doesn't even have to be intentional. And then I feel like the more conversations we have, the more we feel like we are so connected and so similar, no matter what place we are in and no matter what stage in life we're in. So that's what drove me to 50 First Coffees. I just wanted to speak to people who I felt like were curious and ambitious and were passionate and were chasing goals. And these are young people, like they're people who they're not full of themselves. They are still figuring it out. Like they have dreams, they have aspirations, they are in the process of figuring it out, but they're so like determined to do something with like their life or something. They have focus. So I wanted to speak to such people. And then now during this the quarantine and there was a lockdown, and the way the whole pandemic, the way no one saw this coming and it was changing everything, I felt like now more than ever we needed to hear more and more of these conversations of people just moving forward.
But quick one as well, before I forget to ask, when is the Kenyan Business School going to be launched, the Future Females?
Oh, we just launched it on Friday, actually.
Already?
So, yeah, so it's live. The links are live. If you're in Kenya and you want to join, we're looking for 30 applicants. Just like come through, and it's live. I'm so excited about this.
That's so exciting. And you're going to be the business school coordinator in Kenya?
Yes, I'm going to be the project coordinator. So I'm very excited to meet these women.
That's so awesome. Brings me to the question that I ask everyone when they come onto the Tea with Nicky is, what does feminine leadership mean to you?
For me, feminine leadership means that this is creative leadership. Like, it means that we are not looking at necessarily, like, how do I put it? I had this all in my mind. Now I'm going to wing it because I've been flustered. I feel like feminine leadership to me is leading from a place of emotional intelligence and leading from a place of inner strength, and also leading from a place of creativity and innovation and intelligence. That necessarily does not necessitate that that's a gender for someone. So all the people who have this should be at the table where decisions are being made. That is what I believe. I believe in like having women have a say on their matters. Like, we cannot have people speak on our matters. Honestly, we deserve to have our voice in our situations. And I also believe that there's this strength that women have in terms of nature and nurturing. I believe once we have more women in those situations, we are going to have like proper like development in terms of just nurturing the whole nation and mobilizing staff.
That's so beautiful. I love all of that, and it's all encompassing. It's amazing. So now I like to move to a segment that I like to call the ABCs of your career. So starting with A, what was your amazing, affluent aha moment in your career?
I could go back to childhood, right?
Yeah, just when you kind of clicked, like, policy and governance.
So yeah, my aha moment was when I discovered Nancy Drew. Like, for me, it was just, and I think that this links again to like what I feel feminine leadership is, or something like that. Like, this was amazing. Like, this was this 16-year-old. Okay, in some other later books she was 18, but this was a 16-year-old. She was intelligent. She was feminine. Like, she did not sacrifice any of her femininity, but yet she was also like a proper sleuth. Like, she was intelligent as hell. She was solving crimes, and I don't know, like, just being in her world was amazing. And just reading those books, I remember the first book I ever read was, I think, The Secret of the Clock or something of the sort. Like, just reading those books lit a fire within me. And I remember her father was a lawyer, and she was like investigating, like, most of her investigations were her father's cases. And I remember that's what really also like made me think of law. And I don't know, like, I think I was aspiring to be sort of like a PI stroke lawyer in my youth, but she really lit a fire in me. Like, just reading those books, I remember I have a whole collection of them. And the fact that she was really bold and really fearless.
Now it comes to B. What was a bad business blunder that turned to a blessing?
It's quite like a package deal. It's both business and personal. But my blunder was actually moving in with my best friends just right after college and starting a business with them. And like, so I think that was a huge blunder because it didn't work out. None of those things worked out. It was so sad. Like, it's a very heartbreaking situation. But then it also was a blessing, because I really realized from that experience that I really don't need other people's validation for me to really like go after something. I should just offer the validation to myself and really just fearlessly go after what I aspire to achieve, instead of trying to really force people to see your vision, because you get disappointed along the run. And I think that was my biggest blunder ever. But the blessing is that I realized I have this power within me to keep myself going, and it's okay even if you're like going at it alone. Like, just don't be afraid, be more brave in like going after your dreams.
That is so beautiful. That's definitely a blunder turn to blessing. Wow. See, what was a comical cinematic moment?
Oh my goodness. Like I wrote a rap song.
Okay. Was it any good? Did you publish it? Can we find it anyway? Can we listen?
Let me tell you, I actually went into a studio and recorded it. Like, it was crazy.
Nice.
It was a rap song. I think I was EVE, like your...
love EVE. Tambourine.
Yes, I wrote this song. It was called Go For It. I remember I recorded it. I think it took like 3 takes. I convinced one of my best friends to do background, like vocals. It was amazing. I was hyped up in the studio and everything. This was some time back, so I remember it was burned into a CD.
Oh, wow.
And
who even uses those anymore?
That particular song was put on a CD. I don't know why. Maybe it was trash from the beginning. Okay, anyway, I remember I came home and I was playing it. Like, I was so hyped and I was trying to create some mystery around it. So I was like, oh my God. I put it in the computer. I was like, oh my God, you guys, listen to this. And I remember the minute it began, the words that came out of my little brother's mouth, and he's a little boy, and he just said, what crap is this?
Shame, I'm so sorry. Your rap career ruined. In the words of your brother, I'm so sorry.
I was like, okay, I don't know. I don't even know who that is. So later on, after I've gathered myself, I was like, okay, that's me. I went and recorded this song. Oh my God. People laughed about that, and people have been laughing about that ever since. But it really, it was a very comical moment.
At least you can laugh about it. That's the thing.
That's the thing. I love that, because from that experience, I feel like I end up laughing at myself a lot, which I think is good. I feel like, don't take yourself too seriously. Just do it, even if it doesn't work out. Be able to laugh at yourself. And also, it made me really, even thinking about this, and I'm thinking, I was so fearless back then. I'm so happy, I'm coming back to the person I was back then, because somewhere in between uni, whatever, I started becoming more, let's say, shy and collected, and I'm like, oh no, I don't want to do this. Oh no, I don't. Yeah. But I think I'm starting to get back to that.
Love it. Bring her back. Amazing. So now we're going to do the challenge.
The rest, Pedro Rodriguez, Philo, I don't know that. Yeah, those are the and okay. Something with art. I'm so bad at art, honestly. I just know very basic things.
It's in India. It's one of the 7 wonders in the world.
Shut up.
It's a white man that swings on vines in the forest, and not George of the Jungle.
Tarzan.
Yes. Someone who looks after kids.
A nanny.
Yes. And one of the superheroes that does this.
What was that? Spider-Man.
Yes. And time's up. See, you got it. It was Spider-Man, yeah. So it was Taj Mahal.
Oh yeah! What's my problem?
And then the last one was Avengers. Otherwise, we did so well. We got 3 out of 5.
That's amazing. You are so good at explaining. It's sportswear. It's sportswear. All the elite athletes have it.
Nike, Adidas.
Yes. It's an art piece. It's amazing. It's a woman.
What?
Crazy artist.
No.
A woman. No smiling.
Mona Lisa.
Yes. It's what is it called? It's in the desert. It's in the desert, and it's there, but it's not.
A mirage.
Yes. Time's up.
We got 3 out of 5 again. Now we come to the quick fire round. So I don't even send you these questions before, so you just have to think what comes off the top of your head. So,
Okay.
Are you a morning or an evening person?
Evening.
2 books that changed your life and you can't say Nancy Drew.
Becoming by Michelle Obama, though it's very recent, but it's really brought a lot of perspective into my life. And Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice.
Oh wow.
So weird, but oh my god, I love that book. I've read it so many times. I have watched the movie so many times, and I feel like it made me fall in love with literature.
And your favorite kind of tea?
My favorite tea is hibiscus tea right now. I'm really loving it.
And 3 people that you would have over for dinner, dead or alive?
I'd have my grandfather, my late grandfather, for dinner. He was like a crazy entrepreneur. Like, he did so much with barely no education. I'd love to like speak to him right now, now that I'm an adult. We lost him when I was very young. So I'd love to speak to him right now on like a number of things. That's one person. I'd love to have Meghan Markle. I just love her. And Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. She is an amazing author. Like, even when I was thinking of Pride and Prejudice, I was just thinking, oh my God, there's Let's All Be Feminists, there's Americana, there's Half of a Yellow Sun. So I would love to have her for dinner. I feel like she would be an amazing dinner guest.
And last question, what is something in your daily routine or ritual that you could not live without?
I feel like it's and this has just started recently, but now I feel like I cannot live without it. It's my morning sort of like meditation routine, but I feel like it's a bit far off by calling it meditation. What I do is I do a beginner's 10-minute yoga session, but mostly what it is just setting my intentions for the day. Like I said, I'm an evening person, so my morning needs like a lot of intention setting for me to get moving.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me today, Marsha. I really appreciate it. And I hope that you have a beautiful Sunday. And thank you for being such a wonderful guest.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see what I'm blabbing about. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
I think Marsha's so absolutely wonderful, and she's so passionate about helping people find their passion, and she just seems like someone who's so positive and would just help you want to start. I'm so excited to hear that Marsha is slowly but surely finding her fearlessness once again. I think it's important for us to find people like Marsha who will help encourage and stoke the fire of fearlessness within us. Maybe even write a rap song. Who knows? You could be the next Kendrick Lamar or Cardi B or Nicki Minaj. I don't know if those are anyone's idols, but it's the ones that off the top of my head I could think of.